This one has a wood wick. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Both of these candles are from my friend Moonlight Garden. So we'll put those there. Do you know that Friday the 13th always falls on a month that begins on a Sunday? On a Sunday. I did not know that. So, in 2023 we have two Friday the 13th. And this just happens to be the very first Friday the 13th. So I thought I would start by reading you guys some scary stories. Some scary stories. It doesn't take much to scare me. So hopefully these stories are scary to you as well. I'm going to put my glasses on and start to read to you. I'm going to use this book, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. We're just going to change it to Scary Stories to Tell on Friday the 13th. Hopefully these glasses don't have too much glare on for you. Okay, so we're going to start with The Thing. Ted and Sam were really good friends. They spent a lot of time together. On this particular night, they were sitting on a fence near the post office talking about one thing and another. There was a field of turnips directly across the road. Suddenly they saw something crawl out of the field, and it started to stand up. It looked like it was a man, but in the dark it was hard to tell for sure. Then it was gone. But soon it appeared again, and it walked halfway across the road, and then it just stopped, turned around, and it went back into the field. But then it came out for a third time, and this time it started towards them. By now, Ted and Sam were scared, and they decided to start running. And when they finally stopped, they decided they were being foolish. They weren't sure what had scared them, so they decided to go back and get a better look. Pretty soon they saw it, for it was coming to meet them. It was wearing black pants, a white shirt, and black suspenders. Sam said, "I'm going to try to touch it. Then we'll know if it's real." He walked up to it and peered right into side of the country. Soon after she left, Jim got very sick, and he wasted away and died. Everyone said that he died of a broken heart. The farmer felt so guilty about Jim's death. He could not tell his daughter what had happened. She continued to think about Jim and the life they might have had together. One night, many weeks later, there was a knock on her uncle's door. When the girl opened the door, Jim was standing there. "Your father asked me to get you," he said. "I came on his best horse. Is there anything wrong?" she asked. "I don't know," he said. She packed a few things, and they left. She rode behind him, clinging to his waist. Soon he complained of a headache. "It aches something terrible," he told her. She put her head on his forehead. "Why, you are cold as clay," she said. "I hope you're not sick." And she wrapped her handkerchief around his head. They traveled so swiftly, and in a few hours they reached the farm. The girl quickly dismounted and knocked on the door. Her father was very startled to see her. "Didn't you send for me?" she asked. "No, I didn't," he said. She turned to Jim, but he was gone, and so was the horse. They went to the stable to look for them. The horse was there. It was covered with sweat and trembling with fear. But there was no sign of Jim. Terrified, her father told her the truth about Jim's death. Then quickly he went to see Jim's parents. They decided to open his grave. The corpse was in its coffin, but around its head they found the girl's handkerchief. Oh, that gives me goosebumps. Okay. And this one is titled The Guests. The Guests. A young man and his wife were on a trip to visit his mother. Usually they arrived in time for supper, but they had gotten a late start, and now it was getting dark. So they decided to look for a place to stay overnight and go on in the morning. Just off the road, they saw a small house in the woods. "Maybe they rent rooms," his wife said. So they stopped to ask. Here's what it looks like. An elderly man and woman came to the door. They didn't rent rooms, they said, but they would be glad to have them stay overnight as their guests. They had plenty of room, and they would enjoy the company. The old woman made coffee and brought out some cake, and the four of them talked for a while. Then the young couple were taken to their room. They again explained that they wanted to pay for this, but the old man said he would not accept any money. The young couple got up early the next morning before their hosts had awakened. On the table near the front door, they left an envelope with some money in it for the room. Then they went on to the next town. They stopped at a restaurant and had breakfast. When they told the owner where they had stayed, he was shocked. "That can't be," he said. "That house burned to the ground, and the man and the woman who lived there died in the fire." The young couple could not believe it, so they went back to the house. Only now there was no house. All they found was a burned out shell. They stood staring at the ruins, bags and ran. The next night, a woman arrived very late. Again, all the rooms were taken except for the haunted room. "I'll sleep there," she said. "I'm not afraid of ghosts." As soon as she got into bed, the ghost came out of the closet. Its fingers were bleeding, and it was still moaning, "Bloody fingers, bloody fingers." And the woman took one look and ran. A week later, another guest arrived very late. He also took the haunted room. After he unpacked, he got out his guitar and he began to play. Soon the ghost appeared. As before, its fingers were bleeding and it was moaning, "Bloody fingers, bloody fingers." But the ghost kept moaning and its fingers kept bleeding. And the man paid no attention. He just kept strumming his guitar. Finally, the guitar player looked up. "Cool it, man," he said. "Get yourself a Band-Aid." The end. Okay. Let's see this next one. It's called "Wait Till Martin Comes." Wait till Martin comes. An old man was out for a walk. When a storm came up, he looked for a place to take shelter. Soon he came to an old house. He ran up the porch and knocked on the door, but nobody answered. By now, rain was pouring down, thunder was booming, and lightning was flashing. So he tried the door. When he found it, it was unlocked. He went inside. Except for a pile of wooden boxes, the house was empty. He broke up some of the boxes and he made a fire with them. Then he went down in front of the fire and dried himself. It was so warm and cozy that he fell asleep. When he woke up, a black cat was sitting near the fire. It stared at him for a while. Then it purred. "That's a nice cat," he thought, and he dozed off again. When he opened his eyes, there was a second cat in the room, but this one was as big as a wolf. It looked at him very closely, and it asked, "Shall we do it now?" "No," the other cat said. "Let's wait till Martin comes." "I must be dreaming," thought the old man. He closed his eyes again. Then he took another look. But now there was a third cat in the room, and this third cat looked as big as a tiger. It looked the old man over and it asked, "Shall we do it now?" "No," said the other two cats. "Let's wait until Martin comes." The old man jumped out the window and started running. "When Martin comes, you tell him I couldn't wait," he called. Those are cute. I didn't want to leave you with just scary thoughts, so I like those that end a little bit funny. Those are my favorite when I was little as well. I just want to say, I hope that you have a very nice evening on this Friday the 13th. At my house, we're going to order